Welcome to the CCBC Dance Company virtual spring concert. Who knew 2 months ago that instead of performing in the theater, we would be performing here online and sharing our work in a way that we never imagined it would be presented originally. We began this semester with a fabulous guest artist residency with Liz Higgins. She set a wonderfully dynamic work on our dancers after a week-long rehearsal in January. The dancers were continuing to refine and perfect it, and we're looking forward to performing the work at several community events throughout the months of March and April. Those events were canceled as things began to close down, and as I realized that the concert wasn't going to happen in the theater, I knew we still needed to perform. And so I turned to the choreographers and asked them if they would be willing to pivot and make changes to their work or create new works that could be experienced in this virtual environment. I am so grateful for their willingness and their resiliency to take that challenge and run with it and to find ways to help the dancers as they tried to create what we were asking them to do in the limited space and environments that they had in their own homes. I also turned to our colleagues in the music department for help with sound scores. I knew that we needed to find original composed work if we were going to be able to share it with a wide audience in the virtual world. And again, they answered that call, and we found people who composed original works, recorded original scores, and created work for us to use to help facilitate this performance. I'm grateful for the dancers and their willingness. That day when I told them our concert wasn't going to happen on the stage was gut-wrenching. But we all put our smiles on as we talked in our own little camera spaces and said, we'll make it work. We'll find a way to still create and do what we do as dancers, share our art. As I've read some of their reflections about this process over the last week or so, I have been impressed at how they focused and they worked and they created and how they have seen and how they have grown through this experience that dance and art will always continue and will always be there to help them through those challenges of life. I hope that as you watch these pieces that you will find moments of reflection, possibly moments of sorrow, but hopefully moments of joy. For we truly have found a joy in creating our art that we are thrilled to share with you. And hopefully next fall, we'll be able to be back in the studio, rehearsing and working together. And in some way, we'll be able to share with you what we have learned through this terrible crisis. So for now, enjoy the CCBC Dance Company virtual spring concert.